Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Code Karen. Welcome to r/Am I the A-hole, where we have an incredible story with updates and comments. If you're new to this channel, a sub would be great. Let's jump right to the story. Am I the a-hole for pressing theft charges against my mom because she stole money from me? She is my mom after all. I found out 5 days ago that my mom lied to me about my tax refund and had the money directly deposited into her bank account. She and I are not on speaking terms because she borrowed $200 from me a few months ago and has yet to pay me back. I only asked her about this once, and she refused to even have a conversation about returning the money. Note to understand this story better. My mother has always done my family's taxes, mine included, for years. Since we aren't talking, I had no choice but to file my taxes on my own as a newbie. I was missing my W-2 from last year, so I called my former employer and got the form. When I read off the number, I discovered that I had received quite a large refund last year. But when I saw the bank account it was deposited in, it was not my account. Immediately, I called my mom to ask her, "What the heck? Why did you do this?" She said she was very busy at work and would call me back. But she didn't. So, I kept texting her over the next few days. Same thing. No response. I called my oldest sister to try and get her to contact her, but my mom blocks her number and then blocks me across all her social media. That all happened last Friday, and today is Monday. I called the IRS in a panic and tried to figure out what were my options. Was there anything I could even do because all this happened last year? The lady on the phone sent me some forms and told me to contact the Federal Trade Commission and report an identity theft. Not sure if I'd call this identity theft. I know it was my mom who took the money, not a stranger. I filled out all sorts of forms and I decided to go to the police and file a report. But before I did that, I called my oldest sister again, and she said calling my mom out for this theft is not going to go anywhere, and I'm just going to ruin my relationship with my mom. However, my other sister is totally supportive and encouraged me to do what I felt like I needed to do. So, yesterday morning, I went to the police station and gave them copies of all my paperwork and proof that the refund money went into my mom's bank account. The detective called me later that day and let me know that they have everything they needed and they were on the way to arrest my mom. Now suddenly, I feel really bad. Should I have just let it go? My refund was nearly $2,000, and I could have really used it because I had just been laid off from work. My oldest sister is all kinds of mad at me, and I don't know what to do. I've loaned my mom over $5,000 over the past 3 years, and I feel like she is taking advantage of me, more than she usually does. Am I the a-hole because my mom could potentially go to prison for what she did? She is my mom after all. Does this make me a terrible daughter? I probably could have just let it go and just kept being no contact with her. Edit to add. Thank you all so much for your comments. I understand now that I should have double-checked her when she did my taxes, but I was 19 at the time and didn't expect my mom to do me like that. I trusted her. I made a mistake. I get it. There is a chance she stole more from me, so I have to go back and look through all my refunds. A few of you asked if I live with her, and no, I don't live with her. I haven't since I was 16. We've had a rocky relationship, but I do love her despite the fact that she is very manipulative. I never thought of her as any type of criminal, but I can't look the other way and pretend that she did not steal from me. Let's head to the comments. Goddess Misty Dom says, "Not the a-hole. Your mother deserves what she gets, and you need to go no contact with her and your oldest sister. They're both leeches, and they both don't care how they are hurting you." Hazel Dazel says, "Just be prepared for the incoming storm of flying monkeys. Maybe set your phone to do not disturb for a while and put some relatives on block for a little bit." Beginning Friendship says, "Good. I hope you have people to support you. Take care of yourself. Please don't let her or her enablers convince you that you're in the wrong. She committed a crime and could have gotten you in big trouble with the IRS. That's sickening." Felixing Felix says, "Not the a-hole. She did it to herself. You might have to accept your mother-daughter relationship will never be the same though. But actions have consequences and she stole from you. Bottom line." KBG says, not the a-hole. Your mother is a thief who stole a large amount of money from you, both this fraud and the borrowed money. However, this time she got in trouble for it. I think you need to go more no contact with her and possibly your oldest sister too. Armanda Inquisition says, geez, that's insane. I have a feeling your oldest sister might be involved in some way, as she seems way too keen for the theft not to be discovered or reported. But yeah, she stole your money and committed major fraud. This is so morally major. Not necessarily major in the eyes of the law, because who the heck steals money from their children? Not the a-hole. No contact with your oldest sister is needed, and a restraining order filed against her and your mother. Stink Biscuit says, not the a-hole. Also, WTF regarding your sister's comment. Quote, and you're just going to ruin your relationship with mom. Didn't your mom already do that? That ship sailed and sailed fast, and you weren't the one sailing it. That's like telling someone in an abusive relationship that they should just accept the abuse because otherwise it might upset the abuser. She stole $2,000 from you, and it sounds like she sponged $5,000 from you while you were between the ages of 18 and 21. Usually, people in that age range are getting helped out by their parents, not getting conned by their parents. Not the a-hole a million times. Aggressive Pass 845 says, not the a-hole. Your mother should not A, steal from her children, or B, accept any money from a 21-year-old just starting out. You feel bad because you've been conditioned to feel bad by a toxic parent. You're better off without her. Ragao Manoliak says, not the a-hole. And I'm sure she's stealing from your other siblings too, if she's stealing from you. I bet they wouldn't be so against reporting the theft if they realized this. She stole from you. This is what happens to thieves. Ronan11 Sham says, the relationship with your mom is already ruined, and that's on her. The fact that she wouldn't even discuss the theft of money leaves you no choice. Not the a-hole. Without Dennis Needry says, quote, you're just going to ruin your relationship with mom. Completely incorrect. Your mom ruined her relationship with you and your entire family. So she put you in this position to have to go to the police. Letting her continue to use you as an ATM is absurd, and no sane person would let someone do that to them repeatedly. Not the a-hole. I'm sorry this is happening to you. No one screws you over like family, but you're doing the right thing. Geeky Girl 81 says, not the a-hole. Your mom doesn't feel guilty for stealing your money, so why should you feel guilty for bringing charges against her? Also, tell your sister that she may be okay with people stealing from her, but you aren't. If your mother pleads with you that she's your mother and you shouldn't do this to her, explain to her that what she did was so much worse than if a stranger stole from you. Nikorgi says, not the a-hole. I think your mom is about to learn a lesson about not taking advantage of her kids. Just because she birthed you doesn't give her the right to steal your money. Crappy people get crappy prizes. Considering the fact that she blocked you, it seems like she's made up her mind on what her relationship with you is going to be like. I would probably never speak to a parent again if they did that, unless they came back with a super sincere apology or explanation. And even then, I'd have to think about it. Perplasia says, not the a-hole. How the heck could you be the a-hole in all of this? She took your money. She didn't even tell you about it. She abused the trust you gave her to do your taxes. She wouldn't even talk to you about it. Now people are mad at you? I don't know you or your relationship, but I'm sorry she acted like that. She doesn't sound like a good mother. Ayoka18 says, just because she brought you into this world doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with her in any capacity as an adult. Some parents are absolutely crappy, and what she did was a crime. Just because you're her daughter doesn't negate that. If you don't want her to go to jail, I would understand, but you need to do something to recover that money. She clearly doesn't care enough to own up to it, and you have now learned that $2,000 is the price tag that she put on you to cut you out of her life. Update from OP. So, it's been a week since I made the original post. I sent screenshots of text messages from last year that my mom sent me saying I didn't receive a refund. So I forwarded them to the detectives handling my case, and they officially arrested her. My oldest sister is still upset with me because our mom is older and probably won't do well in jail. As for the stuff with the IRS, it's a mess, but I will eventually get it sorted out. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep because I am really torn between being a good daughter and standing up for myself. Everyone has pretty much blocked me, but what's done is done. I guess the next time I will see my mom is in court, but that could take months. I should feel some sort of satisfaction, but it weighs heavy on my heart that I lost my mom in this whole messed up thing. That's all I have for now. Thanks again to everyone who gave me advice or was just kind to me overall. Let's head to the comments. Write Another Wood says, "Happy to hear about this outcome. I'm sorry for what this means for your family relations going forward." Live Feature says, "Some would get mad at you for calling the law upon a family member, but I totally disagree, because being family is not a free pass to defraud other family members. What your mom committed is not only financial abuse, but also fraud. Believe me, she wouldn't lift a finger if you were about to get arrested unless she could get more money out of you. As for your older sister, well, it's not her $5,000 that has gone down the drain, now is it? If she wants to defend someone who defrauded you, well, that says a lot more about her than it does about you." TCajun Mama says, "Not the a-hole. Please watch out for yourself. Your mother," I use the term very loosely, "takes money from you, doesn't repay, and then steals from you. Say it out loud. She stole money from me. Therefore, she is going to jail. You are not sending her to jail. The courts will. She blocked you because she was guilty and knew it. She couldn't face you. Pat yourself on the back for doing the right thing and going through the proper legal channels. You are not responsible for your mother's choices. If anyone in your family is mad at you because of that, please tell them this is the best thing you have ever done for your mother. If she is spending money on drinking, drugs, gambling, or some other addiction, then going to jail could be the thing to help her to recover." Not Katie Case says, "If your oldest sister is worried that you might strain your relationship with your mom, but pays no attention to the fact that your mom stole from you, neglected you, and then blocked you, then maybe your sister needs to be cut off as well. All this deceit is creating a whole mess of drama, and your mental health is going to suffer. Big time. It sounds like your family is already split, and learning that your mom is a liar and a thief is not helping things. I say it would have been forgivable if your mom reached out to you and had a reason or excuse for taking your money, or explained how it was a misunderstanding. But the fact that she ignored you and then blocked you just proves that she is guilty with no remorse for stealing your money. And that is the unforgivable part. So sorry this happened to you." Joe Farva says, "Not the a-hole. Try not to feel too emotional about this. Imagine for a second that it was someone other than your own mother who stole from you. You'd absolutely involve the law to get your money back. I do understand what you said about your mom, and because it was your mother, this makes it so much worse. Good luck, and I hope you find peace somewhere in this mess of a situation." Hey Code Karen community, this really makes you think about loyalty and trust, and the difficult decisions we face every day. I'd love to hear your comments. See you in the next story!